Salem witchcraft happened in 1692 when a woman devised a crude crystal ball of egg white and was convinced she saw a glimpse of a coffin in it. Because of the hysteria, scientists came up with an explanation. It involves an ailment known as Saint Anthony's Spire. The ailment was characterized as hallucinations and burning sensations all over the body. This ailment was linked to the consumption of rye that had been contaminated with the ergot fungus. This fungus produced many things: convulsions, burning sensations, and constrictions of blood vessels. The compounds in ergot are chemically similar to LSD. The ergot alkaloids have been used in migraine medication and were once commonly administered to stop bleeding after childbirth. The reason praying to St. Anthony helped was because people left their diets that they were on that contained the contaminated rye. Today, rye isn't that much of a problem because of all the milling techniques that are used to get rid of it. Hydroxypicalis, named after a cookie brand, is colored with cocoa powder and turns the stool black approximately 18 to 24 hours after it is ingested. In order for that to happen, you have to have at least half a pound of cookies. That is enough to cause abdominal pain. Can't say the word. Black stools are a sign of gastrointestinal tract bleeding, but they can also be caused by iron supplements, black licorice, blueberries, or medicine containing bismuth compounds. Brown color of normal feces is mostly due to remnants of bile secreted by the liver into the small intestine. It's also due to bilirubin, the breakdown product of red blood cells. Bilirubin's precursor is a green compound known as biliverdin, which sometimes shows up in the feces, making them green. It mostly happens when transit time through the digestive tract is rapid, and that's often due to a viral infection. Sometimes bilirubin is absorbed into bloodstream, eventually excreted in the urine, giving it its yellowish tint. If your urine is a very dark yellow, that is a sign of dehydration. When the urine turns green, that's when too many bile pigments end up in the urine due to an impaired liver function, or if you eat a lot of asparagus. Red urine will occur after eating beets. Beet roots have both beta-cyanins and beta-xanthins, known collectively as betalains. People who experience that beet aftermath are missing the bacteria that degrade betalains. Purple urine may be a symptom of porphyria. In one variant of this disease, an inherited enzyme deficiency interrupts the metabolic pathway for the production of hemoglobin. An old wives' tale states that to know the sex of a baby, take a urine sample produced during the 6th month of pregnancy and mix it with equal amount of liquid Drano. If the mixture turns green, it's a boy, and if it turns yellow, it is a girl. There is a connection between hormones and hair growth. Researchers concluded that certain forms of mental illnesses that led to aggressive behavior are initiated by an abundance of male hormones, and their remedy was castration. Unfortunately for the patients at the Kansas Mental Hospital, this procedure was tried on most of them. This caught an anatomist from Yale, James Hamilton, attention. Hamilton had weird interest in the effect of male hormones and was permitted to study the castrated mental patients. Upon studying, Hamilton found out that a patient with a full head of hair had a twin brother who would visit him a lot, and he was bald for like 20 years. Hamilton got permission to inject the patient with testosterone, which is a male hormone he had been deprived of by castration. 6 months later, the patient was as bald as his brother. It seems clear that the testosterone could cause baldness. The Little Mermaid attraction at the MGM Studios in Disney World, Florida is a great chemical experience. The light that is emitted in the show is of a different wavelength from the light that was absorbed. The fluorescence of a certain fabrics under the black light of a disco would be a perfect example. Black light is really ultraviolet light, which is invisible to the human eye. The fluorescence molecules convert ultraviolet light to visible light, giving the essence of glowing. The Little Mermaid stage effect has a variety of fluorescent paints and invisible ultralight. Fluorescence is also employed in other things such as detergent. fluorescent material called optical brightness are incorporated into the detergent's formulation and adhere to fabrics just as dyes do. They transfer the invisible ultraviolet portion of sunlight into visible light, creating brightness. Okay. In 1971, Quaker came out with a commercial with the cute little boy who is known as Mikey and was testing an unfamiliar cereal. Mikey soon died because of the consumption of Pop Rocks with a chaser of soda. His stomach was unable to handle the pressure from the carbon dioxide released by this volatile combo and had exploded. The creator of Pop Rocks, William Mitchell, found a way to infuse a melt of sugar, lactose, and corn syrup with carbon dioxide and to retain the gas in the mixture after it had hardened. They were dissolved in a little water and heated to about 150 degrees Celsius. Application of a vacuum reduced the water content and carbon dioxide was then pumped in under high pressure. Although a handful of Pop Rocks contain no more carbon dioxide than a swallow of soda pop, if coupled with a carbonated soft drink, the candy may produce a burp or two. But Mikey's story still scared parents. So, after many complaints, the company quit making Pop Rocks. Later, a story about another exploding stomach made its way into newspapers. The story was about a gentleman who ate a large Mexican meal before bed. He apparently awoke with his stomach on fire, so to ease the pain, he decided to mix baking soda with water and drink it. This, however, made him suffer from severe abdominal pain. Turns out it was a ruptured stomach and needed emergency surgery. The doctor explained that because the stomach was so full, the mixture of baking soda and water pushed the contents around, blocking both the upward and downward opening. The building pressure ruptured the stomach wall. Because of this, Mikey's death was not the result of Pop Rocks and soda. So, the baking soda and water it's like a reaction to the acid that was in the stomach, because it's kind of like when you make a volcano, like baking soda and vinegar. That's why it ruptured and he had to get surgery and stuff.